Yo, what is up, guys? So today, another trade recap. Today, I'm actually making the trade recap at the same day, so we're not lacking at that point. So let's get right into today's trade. Today, I took a short, and it was a nice win. Why I took today's short was right. Where I took today's short was right after market open, like not right after, but like close to market open. I took my short like this. I will also go in replay mode, so you can see the Ferrari get better. Replay mode right here. So mainly what I was looking at today was this fair value gap that we had. Oh, this fair value gap that we have right here. Why I was looking at this fair value gap was that I saw in the 5 minute that we have these like relative equal highs that we could manipulate and then move lower to these relative equal lows. Why I wanted to short overall was because on the 50 minute we didn't really create how do I say this a liquidity sweep from this low, and then I did see that we did create that on the 30 minute, but we still had this 30 minute closure before New York Open. And when this New York Open candle closed like that, and the nice body candle close below it, I was kind of leaning more towards the shorts than longs because of that 30-minute close. I did know that the 1 hour still could close bullish, but overall, I saw these two relative equal lows as a nice target that I could target uh, for my with my OTE tool, right? So what happens is that market just from New York Open goes up, taps us, starts kind of consolidating, then eventually resweeps the high and gets to move lower. I took my entry from this, I think from 0.71. Yeah, I took my entry either from like CE or 0.71, put my stop loss on this high, and then this was basically the trades. I took it a bit lower, something like this. And this was basically the trade I took. My overall draw was this low right here, mainly based off the fact that we tried to move higher today, but we eventually kind of sweep this high. We don't really, but like we get really close to sweeping the high and then get a massive sell-off. What I see happening was on the 50 and 30 minute that body closure below it, and then I was telling myself, okay, the main point where we can find a lot of buyers back in was probably at this swing point down here and this like lows group of lows that we had. Eventually, we don't do that. We eventually just runs back up. But yeah, we did kind of chop around today. But overall, I was out before the chop, and yeah, I find my trade like pretty good. Uh, yeah, and that's basically today's trade recap. Not really fancy or anything. Uh, yeah, and if I would be like recapping on February, because this is probably the last day of February, that yeah, this is the last trading day of February. Looking back on February, yeah, it was a pretty good month. I would say I ended the month in green. That's first of all, not because of the fact that I ended in green, but more of the fact that why I think it was a good month, because the first 2 weeks of February I lost a lot. I was on a losing streak. The first 2 weeks, I learned a lot through that phase and made me a better trader than I am as of right now. Then the next week, right after, I recouped most of the losses that I made during the 2 week losing streak, and at the fourth week, which we are in right now, I saw that actually not I saw, but I still see sometimes I'm making mistakes, but mainly that the main thing that I learned from February is that a losing streak is not the end of the world, and you can just make back everything, which is a good, and that losing streak is usually uh how do I say this? Linked, not specifically linked, but uh, you could relate it back to something of your trading. Then it's not specifically your strategy, but you're probably doing something uh, unconsciously. Like you're not doing it with your conscious mind, but you're doing it unconscious, something that you don't really realize, and that's probably making you lose more than you should be, that you backtested as like, yeah, something in that way. I might be sounding a bit vague, but uh I'm trying to say it in the best way. But yeah, and for me, that was realizing that I was kind of making my stop loss. Like I sometimes during that losing streak, I deviated from my 0.71 and made my stop loss unnecessarily big. I could have avoided like 2 to 3 losses if I just stick to putting my stop loss on the same high as where I put my OTE, and taking trades from 0.71, and that's why I really always stick to this 0.71 and not really deviate from that. Beside that, I also, yeah, and then in the last week of February, I took some payouts, and yeah, I still made profit in February, and yeah, made more than I did in January. And looking back on it, this whole month comparing to January, I scaled, I scaled in 9 funded accounts because I had 3 in January and now I have 12. I took a lot more payouts compared to January. I kind of doubled my payout that I took from then. And looking back on it, it's not really comparable from where I'm standing now and from January because I could only dream from where I'm standing now. Looking back, if I was in January, and it really just went really fast, and I would say that I've made a lot of progress during the whole of January. Looking forward to March, I think I will try to reach max allocation on Lucid, and then try getting max allocation on another firm, and from there on, it's just gonna be stacking more accounts, trying to get more payouts, and then just reinvesting, trying to get my return on investment out of my accounts, and then yeah, that's basically rinse. That's basically the cycle I'm gonna be repeating, getting more accounts, getting my return on investment, keep on trading them accounts. That's just basically what I'm gonna be doing for the whole of March. Making mistakes, probably gonna be making mistakes again. Uh, Trying to fix the mistakes, trying to get better, and like I think that's a pretty, how I say this, pretty healthy mindset to have, to keep making mistakes and trying to, how do I say this, trying to improve yourself, uh, like every day, and becoming a better person every day. And I think that's a good mindset to have. And yeah, I did kind of yap a lot in this video. Yeah, there's not really a lot of trading talk that I had to do, but yeah, uh, there's not really anything else for me to say. It's really late. I'm super tired, and I'm gonna be heading straight to bed after this. So yeah, thank you guys if you watch this video. Comment, like, and subscribe. If you have any questions, comment down below. I will reply to every one of them. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in March, which is on Monday. I think, yeah, Monday's gonna be 2nd of March. So yeah, I'll see you guys Monday. All right, bye bye.